Okay, one last video on the Talk Robot to get you to come to a 1 hour class. First thing I want to tell you though is a little history lesson. In America, every single major business has followed the same exact business model. And I'm talking about people that got really big. Let's start with Amazon. They invented the one click order entry system, and their stock went through the roof. Their sales went through the roof. Ford invented the assembly line. Prices went down, quality went up. Ford maintained a leadership in the industry for decades with that. Walmart, they grew to 4,500 stores because of just in time inventory control. The first company to ever use this on a massive basis, and their distribution channel allowed them to grow like maniacs. They all invented a new technology as a competitive advantage, and that allowed them to buy market share. Well, talk is your competitive advantage. No one else has a robotic accountant. Now, you're not going to make that a big part of the deal because you don't want clients to know what your cost level is. You can just bring it up briefly just to get their attention. I've got a new robot. This is your elevator speech. New robot replaces a full-time bookkeeper, $695 a month. 3,000 will drop right to the bottom line next month. And the advertising's even simple. A scanner and a phone, you don't need a bookkeeper. I mean, how hard is it going to be to replace a bookkeeper that quits at $695 a month? It's going to be a snap. But here's something real important. You need to focus on early adopters. You can't convince people to do this if they're anxious to get a bookkeeper out of the office or they don't want to hire one in the first place. Then they're one of those innovators, and they make up about 15% of the people out there. They're the ones who want faster, better, and cheaper. As a matter of fact, the accountants who want robotic accounting are early adopters. You want things faster, better, and cheaper. If it takes more than 3 videos to convince you to come to a 1 hour demo, then it's too much work. It's not right for you. Don't come. So this should be the point when you say, I'm going to get in there and look at what this is all about. Because we sort, we don't convince. And what I want to do is find the business owner that wants to get rid of the bookkeeping position, because 20% of them quit every year. To build 100 or 125 or 400 or 500 or even 1,000 client business, I've got to look for enough names into my database so I'm there the day the bookkeeper quits. And the number we shoot for is 1,000. So what I want to do is be in front of 1,000 local business owners, because over the next 4 or 5 years, 250 are going to listen to my presentation and 125 are going to buy. And I'm just looking for the business with a bookkeeper that hates their job, or they have no idea how to do it, or they're already looking for something else, because that business owner will call me and say, hey, I've been getting your emails. I want to know more about this. So how do you build that list of 1,000? Now, we won't have time in the 1 hour to go over this, but I want to touch on it because this is something we know very well. We sold 104 clients ourselves. We've been selling accounting for 47 years. The things that we use are, number one, the first easiest one is I get all my clients to tell me who their local vendors are. That's a simple, easy referral. I use conference calls once a week, pre-recorded, so it's done perfectly, and I send prospects to the conference call. If they're interested, then we follow up. I use loss leaders, and I'll show you how to do this with a simple phone app to get people into my list. And of course, we do the obligatory things like the social media links and the website, but we also send out weekly and then monthly. First time, a couple of weeks, we send them something, then monthly. That's all it takes to be on the prospect's mind, that business owner's mind, the day the bookkeeper goes out the door. But this one will surprise you. Our biggest source of business were other accountants who had a bookkeeper that quit and they couldn't hire somebody, and they would refer business to you. And we also got a lot of leads from business to business vendors like advertising salesmen or insurance salesmen, and we would pay those people a referral fee if they sent us new clients, only if we got the client. Of course, something that a lot of accountants won't do but is so powerful is I would speak in front of any group. I didn't care. It was a ladies' home auxiliary garden club. I would get out and talk for 10 minutes about robotic accounting and what can be done with technology, because they're going to know somebody. I'm going to end up getting clients. Now, the next couple are paid, and we hate paying for business, but I'm going to show you a couple that you might do. You could, and I would only do this during tax season, hire a salesman, gets on the phone, calls business owners, and they invite them to talk to you. They don't make the sales. Too much training to figure out how to teach accounting sales. So all you want them to do is get you on the phone with somebody who's got a bookkeeper. They'd like to get rid of her. The other thing is during tax season, you might use postcards. Every time we send out 5,000 postcards, it costs me about $2,500, and I would get one new client. So that works. And if all else fails, I'll get you the clients. I have a row of little computers, old ones, sitting in the back office. They dribble out emails, one every 10 seconds, so we don't get blocked. And we ask business owners all over America all the time, around the clock, do you want to get rid of your bookkeeper? And I get leads back constantly. If I put that lead on a phone call with you and you sell them, you send me the first $2,000 you collect, whether it's over the next 2 months or the next 6 months, the first $2,000 I'll get. But that's your last resort. You should be able to get plenty of business by just using the first couple of ideas. Now, we won't have time to go over this in detail when I meet with you, but I just wanted you to know that if you decide to use a robot, which is 10 cents a transaction, then you're going to be able to fill your coffers with all the new clients you can handle because of this low cost. You've got to show up, though, for this 1-hour demo. We're done telling you about it. We're now sorting. If you've learned enough over 3 videos to get down here, we're going to love to see you. If you still need more convincing, it's not right for you, you shouldn't be there. I hope to see you, though, at the Regis. It only holds 10 people. Find the location closest to you below me. Click the button. Let's get together and look at this robot for an hour. I know you're going to be blown away with this brand new technology. Thank you.